online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
You're listening to Russell Brand on Radio 2. That was Graham Coxon, Don't Be a Stranger. I'm here with Matt Morgan. All right, Matt?
Yes, I'm all right. As always.
That's a nice way to start a show, with a friendly greeting.
You do it every 10 minutes.
Hold on. This is a custom in our culture, just to go, all right, how are you? That's how people behave.
No, I don't ask you. I never go, you all right, Russ?
No, you don't actually. But you're not very friendly, are you? You've
Don't
got a bit of
really
a reputation for being curmudgeonly. It's going to
don't
be
like
a shut up. It's going to be a hell of a show, you know. Guess what's going on? We're going to talk to Noel Fielding later. You'll like that, wouldn't you?
Really?
I'm going to give him a ring. He's doing that thing at the Albert Hall on Wednesday for Teenage Cancer Trust, raise money. Hey, I don't get paid or anything. Just do it out of what you might call kindness.
Doing a lot of that these days.
A lot of kindness. Last night we was at an auction to raise money for Focus 12, drug addict charity, weren't we, Matt?
Yep.
Did you like it?
Nope.
Right.
Well, it's all right.
What's wrong with it?
I kept thinking I was going to have to pay money for things.
You were always on edge that you were going to have to pay money. I paid money. It's expensive to be at that
I bought
table.
a raffle ticket.
Well, how much were they?
£10.
It's quite expensive for a
I
raffle
bought
ticket,
two,
isn't
in
it?
fact.
Yeah, two.
Yeah.
I won the raffle, didn't I?
Yes.
I won a car last night, like a smart car. Oh no, now I've advertised it. They're over. Oh, rubbish. I don't know, they're probably alright. I'll give it away, didn't I? Out of
Yes.
kindness. Another bit of altruism. Just sounds like
Only
I'm
2 minutes into the show and you brought that up.
Well, how long did you think I'd get?
I didn't think you'd say it.
Really?
It's very crass and vulgar.
Well, I'm a crass vulgar man. I'm from Essex. What do you want?
But yeah, and who did you give it to?
I'll give it Nicola, our makeup lady. She...
Has that caused some dissent in your ranks of followers?
The followers are not happy about the favouritism. No,
She's got a car. Well, I've been in the cult for 2 weeks. She's only been here for a week.
No, come on. The cult
You'll
are
have to
very
get
happy.
them all a car now.
Mm?
A little row of smart cars, have a car park in the front garden. Your smiling face on all the little roofs of the cars.
That'd be quite nice to have a fleet of those, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, hold on, there's lots of things to worry about, not just the cult, that's going quite well, that auction, right, but there's an auction, one of the items on the auction was holiday to the Maldives, right, I never bid for it. Right, while that was going on, like, a woman come up to me, right, when that lot was announced, and the next lot, also, that auctioneer, he did my head in a bit, did he you?
Yeah.
He was a bit, oh, it's an auction!
It was a proper... Well, it wasn't from Sotheby's, it's from the other one.
Yeah, Christie's or Bonhams.
Bonhams.
Yeah, I don't care for the
like that.
manner of an auction.
Yeah, but you kept money coming.
Yeah, he was good actually, wasn't he? Let's not
Imagine you
criticise
had done
others.
it.
Why, it would have been good, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't you? If you'd injured yourself with the hammer.
I would have been like MC Hammer. I'd have done a jig, I'd have done a dance with it, I'd have made it a puppet, I'd have anthropomorphised that stick and made it ever so happy.
He was just very confident, wasn't
Yeah, he was ever so upbeat, he kept undermining me. So, what was the thing I wanted to tell you about? Oh yeah, so like when the Maldives thing happened, right, the whole Maldives thing, it was like the punk
Bonkers,
era.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Like when that Maldives holiday came, this woman come up behind me and goes, if you buy it, I'll go with you. And I thought, that's a sexy thing to say to someone, isn't it?
Well, it depends what they look like.
Hideous hag. But, like, what's good...
If you buy it, I'll ruin it by coming with you.
My holiday to the Maldives was marred by the presence of a crone. Every time I tried to relax, a cronish presence loomed over me. No, I was talking about this with G, resident poet laureate of our show. And what's good about a moment like that is, like, because we're so influenced by sort of film culture and the cliches of modern media, right? It's good. Yeah, we are. I'm about to demonstrate it. No, I ain't, punk. Make my day. We like it when our lives appear to be cinematic. Like, say, like a moment. Now, that's the sort of thing you can imagine happening in a film. In fact, it probably has happened in a film. If you win that holiday, if you buy that holiday,
it would
I'll
happen
come
in a
with
film
you.
if you'd have gone, okay then, and then won the holiday and gone with her. That's a film.
Yeah.
But the fact you just went, oh, I'm sorry, like that, and then just talked about
I
it.
won't mind a cuddle in the toilet. But like, yeah, no, I know. I'm not saying that it's a synopsis for a whole movie. I'm just saying
It
that
fired your imagination.
it fired me imagination in a cinematic way. And if this was a proper radio show, which it is, we'd go now, What moments in your life have seemed cinematic, right? That's the sort of thing they do on a radio show.
In an item.
Yeah. I'm crowbarring in an item. It's about cinematic moments. When have you had a cinematic moment, Matt? Never, I
If you'd
expect.
have told me this before you went on air, I'd have thought of one, prepared one.
Well, no, that's
Just
not how
come
things
up with
work.
this.
Hold on, let's see if I thought I had any other cinematic moments.
Whenever you have classical music on, me and G were talking about this actually.
Would you feel
You
like
have
a cold
classical
serial
music.
killer?
No, you just feel like you're in a film.
Do you? I feel like a serial killer. That's a bit worrying,
I
isn't
feel
it?
like an evil genius.
Do you? I like to feel like that. Sometimes I conduct myself in the fashion of an evil genius.
You are
know.
one.
Yeah, that's true. Right then. Now, what else have we got to worry about? So yeah, so if you've got any cinematic moments, oh no, this is a pre-record. There's no point. They can't. We'll be gone. So yeah, if you think of a cinematic moment, why don't you mail it to last week when we might have cared? Whee! It's all pre-recorded.
That
We've
was a
gone by
cinematic
now.
moment from Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh my God, the flux capacitor, Marty. That's something I think. Gigawatts. I think about the flux capacitor a lot. That's one of them
Say
things that's
that
got
a
in
lot,
my head.
actually, yeah.
It's really, I think about it a lot. What did it do and how did it work? It doesn't make sense.
What was the DeLorean? Weren't they were
They
actually
were
cars.
Irish race car. I think it was a bankrupt venture. I think like the sort of Irish government made these sports cars.
Are
for a
you
bit.
wandering into dangerous territory again?
Yep. No, but I think it was. I think the DeLorean was like a sort of a government-funded
Doesn't sound
Irish
very
sports car thing.
DeLorean sounds sort of
Yes, it does.
French.
DeLorean.
That's when you say it like that.
See? We've solved that riddle. So Noel Fielding, he'll be doing a phone call later. Noel Gallagher will be doing a phone call later. Wasn't it funny when Steven Seagal turned up here last week?
How odd was that?
Really odd. He'd come in here like a great big cupboard with a ponytail. Enormous man, wasn't he? Also, apparently, he's a reincarnated lama, like a sort of an Eastern priest. Did you know that?
Llama.
Exactly. Not one of Michael Jackson's pets type lamas, like sort of a spiritually insightful man. What about that?
He was interesting.
He had a glow, didn't he? He never fully justified why all his records have got the word arse in the title.
Did you look at his hair?
Yeah, I did. Why?
say-
What are you going to say about it?
Well, I think it's a fake hair.
You don't
Not
think
a
it's
wig.
real hair?
No, I think it's a hair transplant hair.
Do you?
God, that's bad to say.
Didn't bring that up at the time, did you, mate? Oh dear, oh
See the
dear.
size of his hands.
I know, he could crush your little peanut head. Don't matter how many karate lessons you go to. You start saying things about Steven Seagal's barnet.
I didn't
He'll
say
come
that.
here,
I'm
he'll
trying to
kick
lead
your
you into
nuts
saying
in.
it.
Yeah, I know. I'll
What
see
did you think
try
about
and
it? You said something when I said his hair.
I liked it. I remember looking down at his head and thinking, I like that.
lustrous.
A fine mane, I remember thinking.
No, it just sort of looked like it was. I don't know. It didn't look normal.
Yeah,
it might
well,
be he just like sprays it with something. I don't know.
Perhaps he does, but he's a very spiritual man, so I can't imagine why he'd bother. I mean, if you think like, oh, life's only transient, the material world's an illusion. Oh, Christ, my hair looks awful. Get some spray.
I read on Wikipedia that he claimed. He said when I was
Other websites are available.
when I was in Japan, I had run-ins with the Yakuza, which are the triads.
Are they?
And then his wife said no, he didn't. He shouted out the window at some drunks once. She knew the incident.
Get a job, asshole! Oh no, we're in a gang war. Really?
Yeah.
Well, he
I
exaggerates.
said two bad things about Steven Seagal now, haven't I?
You have, mate. Yeah, if he ever sees you again, he'll probably elbow you, but he might not recognise you, so he'll probably do it to me. I'll probably have to soak up the violence.
Well, that's happened to me enough times.
When have you ever?
Drink thrown over me by a girl.
Oh,
because
yeah.
of you.
That was because of both of us, to be fair.
Mainly you.
Okay. Now, last week you can't fail to remember that we dealt with the touchy subject of prostate cancer. Prostate cancer? I get confused between prostate and prostrate.
And
prostate. Well, there is a connection between prostate and prostitutes, if you handle the situation correctly. Hi, guys. Just recovered from listening to your podcast, says Paul Bennett, Director of Fundraising and Communications at the Prostate Cancer Research Centre. Really enjoyed the bit about our booklet. What a responsible and brilliant broadcaster you are. Really helping the issue of prostate
That's
cancer
not what he said.
and raising
We're not even looking at
awareness.
the paper anymore.
What?
You're not even looking at me. You're not looking at a bit of paper.
Listen, because you've covered it with drawings. That's
Why
why.
do you look at my drawings?
It's all covered with doodles of eyeballs with legs and things. This is the classical music, drawing eyeballs with legs, planning your next
so what's he
strike.
saying? That we're...
Saying that when we
Read that in a sarcastic voice, and then I think it'll make sense.
Okay, let's try. Because last week we handled the sensitive subject of prostate cancer, like saying things like go on,
Terribly.
stick your finger up your bum, have a little look round up there, even if you're not worried about prostate cancer, even if you're just worried the grandstand ain't on anymore, just stuff something up there. Hi guys, just recovered from listening to the podcast. Really enjoyed the bit about our booklet. Thanks very much. You've really helped people. Oh no, I've got a tumour. There, happy now? No, because I think if you handle things in a light-hearted way, then people might, you know, have a little look
Well, I
outside
suppose
their
we
bum.
did talk about it and people are thinking about it now.
That's it, we've raised a little bit of the old awareness. So we've got to ring Noel Gallagher. He's in Moscow or something.
Stop listing phone calls you got to do. Let's play a song.
All right, we will play a song. But hold on, there's something else as well I want to talk about. After this song, we've got to talk about this important thing. These religious text messages I keep getting.
God.
Oh, it's religious. Send this on to people. It's a threat.
What?
Right, well, I'll
Okay,
tell you
let's
about it after the Buzzcocks.
I don't know what to do with my life. It's my life.
Ah, the Buzzcocks. I don't know what to do with my life. It's that
Two
simple.
songs in a row with that stupid voice.
I like that voice.
I'm thinking like this.
Make yourself a cigarette, I'll feel a bit anxious. Yeah, it's a strange way to live your life, isn't it, really? So, yeah, the DeLorean was made in Northern Ireland, and it was manufactured by some people who make cars, and it was
Blimey.
used in Back to the Future. The flux capacitor was a device used to bend time by the Doc
That was
in
dangerous
those
putting that in
films.
cars.
Ridiculous place to leave that lying around. For God's sake, put it on the sideboard. Now, I don't know if you've seen The Sun today. Why did you have a problem with my mime? Because I was just miming to someone to get me The Sun. You started kicking out
Because you
about
use
it.
you were like miming for the actual sun, and
Yeah.
you do have some wild demands.
Yeah. I want the sun.
and the moon.
I want all the heavenly bodies around me. Fetch Mercury.
You can't go get me the sun, or you should have gone sounds like, or no.
No, hold on. I showed the Mirror, like a copy
Oh,
of the
right.
Mirror, so that had already introduced the idea of a tabloid
Suppose you didn't mind
newspaper.
that.
The Mirror, huh? Who's this goon? He look exactly like me, and he do what I do. So I showed the Mirror, and then I sort of mimed the Sun, because I thought that
What
would
was
be...
your mind for the sun again?
like
Not very good radio.
Right, well, what you do is you put your hands as if you're defending yourself from a blazing sun. Ah,
That
the
just looks like
mighty
pain. That looks
sun.
like mime for pain.
And then I did a circle like a smiling sun face. And as for Mr. Spoon and his antics on Button Moon, did we ever get the bottom of why he was even going there? What was he
Didn't
thinking?
he live there and he used to go somewhere else?
We've gone to Button Moon, we've followed Mr. And what was that? He was looking through something on a telescope, and
He
that
used
was
to
a
look at other
button.
moons, and they were buttons.
They were other moons.
But the buttons were too big for his. He was
Exactly. He
and
was a
his-
spoon.
and He was
The moon
Mr.
can't-
Spoon, but he only had spoons for hands.
What, and his face wasn't a spoon? Wasn't
No,
his face a spoon?
was like I don't know, a decanter.
It's
It's like a funnel.
I don't know exactly what made that guy tick, but I'm not sure that we can trust.
Well, he's
Mr.
off the
Spoon.
telly now, so don't
I'm
worry.
glad his tenure, his reign of terror has been brought to an end.
Stop picking your nose. You started
I didn't
again.
pick my nose, I was scratching it. I don't know why.
Scratching the inside, honestly.
There's mucus on it, dried, delicious stuff. Once you pop it in your gob, it really lightens your mood. Right, now here's this thing in the Sun. 10 p.m, fan met Russell. 10:25 p.m, they've had sex. Brand quickie after stage gig. Randy Russell Brand, that's my general adjective prefix now.
Well, oddball.
Oddball, I get quite a lot as well. Yeah. Oddball, no, this one's Randy. Randy
A
Russell.
Randy Oddball.
Randy Oddball. Randy Balls.
Sucking his thumb in a lift. In dungarees. Randy Oddball.
You Randy Oddball! You dress like a yokel! Russell Brand invited a fan backstage after a gig, and 25 minutes later, she ran out gleefully yelling that they'd had sex. The blonde beauty and a pal had called out to the outrageous comic at the end of his stand-up show, begging to see him in his theatre dressing room. Their wish was granted, and at 10 p.m, in bold letters, they were whisked round to meet the legendary swordsman. With applause still ringing at the Hexagon in Reading, Berks, that's a place. Russell flirted with the girl, like I thought I meant, with applause still ringing at the Hexagon Reading, Berks. The show was mediocre. The show was bloody good, actually. Russell flirted with the girls and posed for pictures. Both of them went into the dressing room. One left again at once, but the other stayed inside. At 10:25, she came running out to boast she'd had a quickie with a star. A source revealed when she left, she skipped straight out screaming, "I just slept with Russell Brand." I never had it off with her. I merely carried out a quick experiment to distract myself. But after a
Why is
show,
that news? Isn't that like de rigueur?
I know it's very odd. And also, no mention again of my rigorous cat feeding habit that goes on far more frequently than any of this sort of stuff.
What? Let's have a look at the picture.
Well, it's odd actually because it's got a picture from. I remember this incident, as a matter of fact, and that picture, it's got her face pixelated out, but they must have got that photograph off of her.
Well, how? Because was this taken on her phone?
That's right, her phone and her mate's phone, as I remember rightly, yeah. So, you know, it's an odd thing to put in.
Then what took you 25 minutes?
Well, to tell you the truth,
Get all your belts off.
I was wearing a hell of a lot of belts that day, Matthew.
Your horse brasses are ridiculous these days.
What do you mean, my horse brass belts?
If you can't go out in public without 19 belts on, it just looks wrong.
Does it? Don't you think
And
it
all
might-
your costume jewellery you've started wearing.
What do you mean?
It's like a fancy dress. Little skulls with diamonds for eyes.
I think they look
getting
nice.
worse.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, look at me now, though, dressed
What about when you
normal.
go America?
Well,
Go
yeah.
through the metal detector.
Yeah, there's a
Be
lot
there
of
a long
problems.
time, won't you?
Yeah, God knows. There's a lot of aggro, that America. I've had a silly childhood. I'm beginning to regret it all.
You've read that one. Put it
What?
down.
Hold on. There's something else here. Now, what about, why am I getting these religious type of texts,
Yeah, what
right?
is this?
Have a listen to this, right?
Is this from a person and you're giving oxygen to some stalker?
I don't know. If God brings you to it, he will bring you through it happy moments. Praise God, difficult moments. Seek God, quiet moments. Worship God, painful moments. Trust God every moment. Thank God. Pass this to 7 people and you will receive a miracle tomorrow, right? But it says 2, like, you know, the number 2, tomorrow. And if you're bringing news of a miracle, don't use text language to bring that
it's
about.
a spam text. You're obviously a baffled old Victorian.
What is this? Is this from God?
God, thank you for recognizing me. Would you like me to kill my son Job? I'll sacrifice him on the mount, as long as you keep these lovely text messages a-coming, Lord.
Yeah,
Right.
that's like chain letters when we were at school, remember? By post.
They
Now
used to
that
make a lot of fuss about them chain letters, didn't they? Do
Yeah,
you
because
remember?
I thought they had some. They made it worse by going.
Don't- yeah.
Don't. If you get one, give it to a teacher.
Give it
put
to
it
a
in a bin. Get a bomb team round to dispose of it properly.
Set fire to that chain letter at
yourself.
once. That chain letter was probably written by Darth Vader under the supervision of the Emperor, who we all know is much worse than Darth. Darth was good once. Yeah, like the chain letter, just throw the thing in the bin.
Yeah, it was like.
What's it going to do? It's only a
They
letter.
terrified me of them.
I was
I thought,
terrified
If
of
I
them.
ever read one by accident, I'll have to leave my family.
I'll just get a chopstick and dig out my eyes because I read a chain letter.
It's really stupid, wasn't it?
I'm in the middle of a big chain letter. What was it ever going to do? What was these promises? And you know, you don't get luck from things like that.
No.
Graft. That's what's required.
Pyramid schemes, they're a bit like.
Yes, all
That's
these
the adult
schemes.
version of it.
Yeah, and also,
So have you been replying to these religious texts?
I've sent you one.
Hello, is this Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan, I've done your bidding. Could I please have my good fortune now? Perhaps some doubloons.
Who
no.
sent it to you? You must know.
Yeah, this fella. He's a nice enough fella.
Jesus. What's his name?
No, I don't want to say his name, 'cause in case he might do a spell on me
Why
or
don't
something.
you reply to him and go, what are you going on about?
What now? Just see what he says. What are you going on about?
And then read out what he
Because I
says
can't
back.
imagine that Jesus cares if you send 7 text messages on. He's got a lot going on to worry about, isn't he? Just have a glance at the paper. Here is one. Let's see what's happened in the world lately. Right, well, there's a free DVD in the mail. That's going to be worrying the Almighty.
Of what?
Marines taken hostage by Iran. Right, that's going to worry him more than 7 text messages. That cricket coach fella. There's a little polar bear that's been born in a zoo. All things that must be prioritised above sending text messages out. Yeah, Matthew, I've got something very urgent to say. What about, do you remember when at school, like the tampon company come in and all the girls got a special lecture? And the lads had to go off do something
Oh,
else.
wasn't that your school?
Well, someone was there. If it wasn't you, I want an explanation. A tampon company turn up and goes, oh, all the girls come in have a special lecture about tampons. What do I
At
get?
primary school?
Nothing. Not primary school, senior
Oh,
school.
I was at an all-boys school, so that never
Oh,
happened.
you didn't have to have a lecture about tampons. As it turns out, with some of your problems, it might not have been amiss.
Do you remember those things at primary school, which were sweets, which dyed your plaque on your teeth pink?
What, so that you could see how much plaque?
Plaque.
Why do you pronounce it
Well,
like
that's what it
plaque?
said.
Is that how Tim Westwood's told you to pronounce it? Because Tim Westwood once had a go with saying two-pack, he goes, you've got to say two-park. And if you now say two-plaque for your teeth.
No, what?
Plaque!
It's not
Mate.
plaque.
You're from Estuary, England.
Doesn't matter anyway.
Plaque. Oh, your plaque is worse than your bite, my lady. Yeah, well, them sweets that turned your...
Do you remember them?
Yeah, I do,
They were
actually.
a magical thing.
Why did you like them?
Because they turned all your plaque red.
That's the spirit. Yeah, but then you look sort of like a gummy pirate in need
You
of...
might have done, mate. They never did anything to me.
Why? Because you had no plaque.
No plaque.
Didn't you? You must have been cleaning your tarf really well.
So what annoyed you so much about... Because you
Well, I
were
just
jealous, because you were... But I can't I go in there.
Excuse me, I'd like to know whether I might need a tampon at some stage of my life. What do I have to insert it on a lady who's fallen over on a bus? I need to know the rudiments, for Christ's sakes. Well, I just felt excluded, yeah, and I never really ever got over it. Special with there's a special assembly for it. You know, the people come in. I think they had a slideshow. What am I supposed to do for that hour?
You must have had a male equivalent in some...
What? What can I stick up me? Nothing. Well, now that's when prostate
come
cancer
on.
came along. Suddenly, the worm has turned, ladies. Right. This is for all you guys out there.
Let's exclude them from it. Don't do it on the radio.
Right.
Let's have a secret club.
Guys, we're having a secret club. We're all meeting in Trafalgar Square. We're going to stick our fingers up our bot-bots. Then we're just going to run home giggling. We're not going to wash our hands either, and then we're going to prepare salads. Woohoo! To the king. Hold on. We've got to get that ice cream van, Matt. This has gone on long enough.
Told Mikey. Mikey's in charge of it.
We've got this lad who works for us here at Radio 2. Mikey he claims to be called, although everything he says could be a lie now, because he never does anything except use our radio show to pick up female listeners and use them as... Remember Victoria Churchill, the Baroque dancer, or what was she? No, burlesque dancer. Baroque's a style of architecture. Beautiful. She was wonderful sort of gargoyles. And
Static.
she scarcely moved, but by God, she was opulent. Right, he's been trying to get hold of her, hasn't he?
Of course he has.
Dirty little devil. Get us an ice cream van. Talk to the KLF. They used to have one. What's wrong with that boy? Right, okay, so we are going to get this ice cream van because we've been #1 podcast for ages now. We've not done anything. Ricky Gervais will release a podcast. It'll be out the bloody window.
Yeah, I know.
It will be over. Right, so
Well, let's do it this week.
why not? No, why not? Mikey, can you get us an ice cream van this
We've
week?
had offers from people with my
People, ice cream
vans.
vans. People are saying that we'll lend you an ice cream van.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Us. Can you drive it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. We'll go around in an ice cream van. We won't take Mikey because he'll just be hanging out the window of it, hollering at birds, won't he? With a butterfly net, like an asylum worker from the Beano. Okay, shall we, let's listen to Sheena as a Punk Rocker by the Ramones and just think about what the hell we've done. Shall we? The Ramones, Sheena is a Punk Rocker. Listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. I'm here with Matt Morgan, looking at his phone like a
No.
baffled octogenarian. What's the matter? Have you just got a
Turning it
religious
onto
text?
silent.
Oh, I saw your little face. You're a little nervous. Oh, I've not put it on
hello.
silent. You framed your features like that. Oh, crikey. Oh, Christ. Oh, dear.
Don't talk to me like that in your Frankenstein boots.
Hold on a minute. You know, I just mentioned that bear when I was saying things that were more important than sending off religious text messages. Dear Russell and Matt, I hope you've heard about a critical issue in the animal kingdom. Like as if it's one kingdom. Like as if they've got a government. Like as if there's an ambassador who's a polar bear. Oh, man, what would that be like, though?
Let's riff on it.
Okay, let's rip, baby. It'd probably be like Jungle Book or something.
King of the Jungle is...
He's a lion, ain't he?
My God, how long did that take you?
You was trying to imagine lions with different diseases the other day, and it was very wrong what some of the things he said.
Don't tell people that.
Yeah, I know, I won't now. All right, so, but just if you but just if you haven't, we would like to bring to your attention the situation of a baby polar bear, Nut, or perhaps Knut, who lives in Berlin Zoo.
Canute, like King Canute.
Perhaps it's Canute. He was rejected as a cub by his mother. Ah, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in you. I don't like the looks of you. You've come across a bit childish. He was rejected as a cub by his mother, but was rescued by the zookeepers and have brought him up, and he's hand-fed and pampered. Activists want him killed, as they feel this violates animal protection laws. That's interesting. They must have a good reason for that,
What,
mustn't they?
because it's like if the mum's rejected him, then nature
Right,
said...
yeah, they're with nature all
You
the
have to
way.
be a hardcore animal extremist. to
Yeah,
be-
you've got to really be committed to
How do you
think.
want to have him killed?
Because I've seen a picture of him. He looks ever so nice. I
But
mean,
in nature, other animals can raise others young. So
can they? What, like when you
we're
see
only
in Daily
animals.
Mail some ducks following a cat around, and
Yeah.
they say things like "quacky birthday" or something like that.
I don't think anyone else has seen that. But
Things like that happen. And I've seen kittens in boots. It happens a lot.
that's Athena posters.
What about that man with the baby? I suppose that's an Athena poster as well, is it? I suppose none of these things actually happened. Men, old babies, kittens getting boots, ducks follow cats.
Kids aren't raised by boots, are they? Grow up to be a shoe, and then suddenly you look in a mirror and realise they're a cat.
Hold on a cotton picking minute. I've been off to work all day. The baby polar bear lives in this thing, yeah, activists want him killed. We think this is crazy as he's a nice bear. We are not alone in feeling that this zoo also agrees. We've even set up a group on Facebook, which is something to do with university students, which has over 500 members in 2 days who all want to save Canut, Canute or Nut. Here's a link to the article showing about him. He's a nice little bear. He plays football. For God's sake, support him. That's from Andy Murray. Well, I don't think I want him to be killed much.
No, but a baby polar bear is going to grow into a very dangerous beast.
Especially one with his childhood. He'll be a vindictive, vicious thing,
He'll be
isn't he?
bitter, at least.
He'll be a glue-sniffing, smoking bear. Very much like that one involved in the Glacier Mint campaign, who I think, if wronged, would turn on you. Let's
Yeah.
just have a little look at some of the info. Berlin rallies behind a baby bear. Berlin Zoo has vowed it will not kill a baby polar bear amid a heated row over whether it has the right to hand-rear the cub who was rejected by his mother. You sort of got to, wouldn't you?
Well, that's what zoos do.
Yeah. You can't, like, it'd be a bit more odd. I wouldn't act like, because this is a bit bonkers, because does that mean then that, say Berlin Zoo had gone, right, we shall kill this bear now? Like, the animal activists surely would be brassed off about that. If
But
they'd
you know,
gone,
yeah, exactly. But they'd have to let it. They couldn't kill it with a machine. They'd have to go. They'd have to just let
watch
it wander
die.
off.
Like, because also in nature,
Imagine
it would
at
live in a
bus stop, all
zoo.
confused,
Poor thing.
trying to make friends with people.
Scrabbling around trying to eat Rolos. It wouldn't last
It's not
10
gonna
minutes.
happen, is it?
No, I don't think anyone's going to kill a polar bear. It just sounds like an eccentric thing.
This is
to do.
when life becomes like a film.
Why?
It's the beginning of a sort of Free Willy type film.
What, we've
isn't it?
got to make it our business. But
There's
the
a
thing
polar
is,
bear on death row. You know, we
I like
crash
that.
the gates, we run in, we get it, we put it in our ice cream van.
he would look good in there. But also, though, wouldn't we struggle to raise that bear, you and I, Matt, if you think about it,
don't
just
know.
with giving it feasts
We're
and
both
ice
broody.
poles? We are both wanting a little bit of a baby, aren't we? Trouble is, neither of us has got a womb, but, you know, we could just wander into an hospital, I suppose. Don't ever do that! I don't think we've got that much power over people. I mean, you're looking at me as if I've said something stupid.
I can imagine
and I have.
you're in your cult, people bringing. But
We
we went to a hospital. I mean, it's a bit broken. When we pulled it out, it was on wires.
Nonetheless, it will do. Merely put some roller skates on it and photograph it for Athena.
You call it Tiffany.
Tiffany, you are now my son. Go forth into the world. Bring freedom. I'd like it to ride that polar bear. Well, look, I think it's a bit of a storm in a teacup because I can't imagine that Berlin Zoo are going to just kick a polar bear to death. It's just going to be
Are
all
they
right, isn't it?
rare?
I think they're rare. I don't know. I've never seen one. You know? Yeah, we've got that to worry about. Don't worry about that. Remember, of course, the Chinese are still occupying Tibet since despite
away
weeks
from the
and
issue.
weeks. I will not.
Step away from the issue.
No way, because Segal's behind us on this. He said
No,
that they...
Segal said they don't want to go.
No, he didn't. He said that the Chinese are there because it's tactical to be there because they've got nice high mountains. It's good for satellites. Now, what they want is something like some sort of autonomy or something, like, because they don't mind having the protection of the Chinese military, but they don't want them to tell them what to do. Seems the Tibetans want their cake and eat it. Either you're occupied by the military force or you ain't. Make your mind up. But no, get out of it. Come on, play the game. Russell Brand and Matt Morgan. Are you two fellas headed for Hawaii? Says Patricia Ann Ward. I'm a Hawaiian gal at uni in London and almost weed myself to hear you mention my state. What do you mean, incontinence? No, she means Hawaii. Just wanted to know if it was a mere mention or you're actually going to make the journey. I really don't want you to head stateside and meet them moguls because I love England, blah, 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 blah. You're really good at comedy, etc., etc. But to be fair, I must recommend the islands. They're absolutely lovely. And you can do your podcast while you're there. Well, we're probably going to Hawaii.
She's from Hawaii.
She's from Hawaii. She's here
from
studying.
Hawaii?
I've never met a Hawaiian, have you?
No.
All I know is that Hawaii 5-0 and Fantasy Island, which in my mind are one and the same thing.
So there's another crazy film.
Where-
Lady in coconut bra and grass skirt comes
At
to
university, yeah.
study. Bonkers sort of
Yeah.
adventures ensue.
It's probably racist you saying that thing about a coconut bra.
Probably is.
It probably
But
is.
if I can get the issue out there.
You've got the issue out there. That's it, Matthew. You're raising these things. P.S. Your names translated into Hawaii are Lukela, that's me, and Makeo, that's you. That's
That's good. What are you?
Lukelo. Yours is a bit like Matt, like Makeo. and mine's Lucella.
How they translate?
And how do they have a translation? Why don't they just
Because
have
Matt
their own
meaning
name?
the thing you walk on, and Russell meaning the noise a bush makes.
Probably is that. It's probably that simple. We might be going away, all depending on my complicated visa transaction, which I probably shouldn't talk about until it's resolved.
Well, no, let's talk about it.
I ain't allowed America because I've got a criminal record. I've got to do all sorts of visa things. Oh, I had a drug test the other day. It was horrible, mate. I had to wee in a jar. Meet a doctor. He took blood out of my arm. They looked at me strange. I said, I've not had drugs for ages, doctor. I had to go down the embassy. Yeah, I'm like, we're still waiting now. They said I should be allowed over there because he said, I've got a part in a great big film playing a rock star. That's why I'm doing all this exercise, this filming in Hawaii. Oh, Christ, I don't know what to
You're
do.
the muscliest man sitting in an airport crying.
Who's that He-Man over there? Sitting outside duty-free, weeping, pouring vodka directly into his eyes. Why? Didn't
be
he
all
used
right.
to be somebody? Yeah, I hope
It
it
was only
works
little
out.
misdemeanors, wasn't it?
Little, tiny misdemeanours.
I don't
Yeah.
think you should get involved with China and Tibet issue.
Why?
Well, they might see you as a radical.
I'm not
They might
radical.
Look into you.
Right, oh Christ. Alright, do what you like, everyone. Whee! Everyone go nuts!
Kill that polar bear.
Kill it if you like. I think he's a right little idiot. No, don't. Let him go. China, out to bet. America, give us a visa. Come on. Just a little visa. Got to do some acting now. Right, now we've got someone on the phone. She reckons she's called Deborah Sprague. Deborah Sprague, are you there?
I am.
Deborah Sprague.
Hello there.
Ooh. I noticed that you've not got very many syllables in your name, Deborah.
No, it's Sprague actually, not Sprague.
But why? What about the first bit? Deborah. It's not Deborah.
Blame my mother.
I do blame her. She must have been out of her mind. Now, what the hell's going on with you, Deborah Dar? How can we help
see,
you?
normally you get these problems on your cry for help, and they're nothing much really. People just phoning in with a bit of trivia. But, you know, Russell, this one here is a matter of life and death.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
you've come to
indeed.
the right place. If the advice of idiots is what you're after, your journey's at an
Well,
end.
help me. Now, Dave, shortly
Dave?
after the death of his girlfriend and life partner, Lucy, Dave sadly develops an unfortunate bladder
Who is
condition.
Dave?
Who's Lucy?
Who are Dave and Lucy?
Hello?
Well, Lucy was Dave's girlfriend.
Well, this all sounds a bit too tragic. I don't know if we can help.
Well, it's my goldfish.
Okay, fair enough. You save that information till later. The sudden
Well,
revelation of a
Dave
previously concealed
was
facet.
the most attractive goldfish when I first got him, but he's not so attractive now.
What's up with him?
His wife
He
died.
swims sort of tail up. Well, he doesn't really swim. He sort of bobs at the surface of the water with his head downwards. He's vertical.
What, so now his swimming performance has gone downhill, you're not interested? With that kind of attitude, Duncan Goodhue would never have made it into the Olympic team. You'd have gone, oh, he ain't got no air, F him off. I reckon you'd give this goldfish a second chance. What are you
It's not just
proposing?
me. I've tried to give him many chances. I've tried to fob him off on many friends. My daughter Margot's tried to give him away to her friends, but we can't get anyone to take him. He's
Are
a
you-
very unattractive and miserable fish.
Are you keeping him in water?
Yeah, what's he in? A Lucasade?
It's just in a matchbox.
He's swimming in water, but we've tried
His
making
wife's
his
died.
life as
He's got him a
perilous as
break.
possible so that he might be
Hold
sent
on.
to an early
His
grave.
wife
but-
dies, then you start giving him jip because he ain't swimming proper.
He's probably moping about.
He's
misses her.
moping.
He's got a 2-second memory.
Yeah.
Actually, then he wouldn't remember it.
No, he will. He'll just have a shadow memory. He'll just think, it used to be nicer in here. This used to be my playground. Right, and then
He
he'll just...
doesn't seem destined to die. His bowl's in the middle of the kitchen table, and the cats regularly drink from his bowl.
Are you
but
trying
none
to
of them
get the
want to fill
cat to
him.
bump him off? You should go and work at Berlin Zoo, love. You can finish off nut in half
Yeah,
hour.
perhaps so, but maybe I'd be better at bumping a polar bear off than I am a fish, really.
Right, you've sent a picture of Knut. That'll probably turn up on our website. I expect
I've
if
sent a
Mikey can be
picture of
bothered.
Dave the fish
If Mikey
to you,
thinks he can
actually,
get laid
earlier
out of it, it might get onto the website. If not, I don't know.
Dave the fish, that
There's
is.
Dave the fish. Now, for
He's
you,
upside
those of
down.
you listening in Technicolor, Dave is looking right ill and he's in an old-fashioned Tom and Jerry style fish bowl. Are you that housekeeper woman that goes, Thomas? Is that you? Listen,
Get
don't
him
be
a
so
new wife.
horrible.
Get him a new wife.
Get him a new wife. Hold on, but he's a bit past it, mate. He'll be
he's
like,
not.
he'll look like that fellow with Anna Nicole Smith, or like a Thai bride or something, and
Yeah,
everyone will
but
judge
get
him.
him an exotic fish that's all young.
Yeah, like one
It'll
of
be
the,
like a
I like
typewriter.
it when in the cartoon there's a fish with lipstick on. Like sometimes Tom would try and kill it. Do you remember? You'd get a fish with lipstick.
Yeah.
And like I used to fancy that fish a
I
bit.
know, when I was a kid, if they put lipstick on, like Bugs Bunny, they had
Yeah.
that pink rabbit sometimes.
Like
It was
a girl version of Bugs
girl
Bunny
version
from
of that,
Suck It
yeah.
Off With.
and you
Yeah.
think, hello.
Hello, love. Hello, Bugs. You've made an effort, son. All right, come over to my place. Right, send us that fish. We'll look up. Where do you live?
I live in Birmingham.
It's the best place
Start
for you.
our own zoo.
You're going to look after my fish? That's fantastic, Russell.
Send us it here. We've got the same studio as Terry Wogan, right? And I've noticed he's got like an Irish flag up here. So why don't we have a goldfish in here?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'll put him in the post, wrap him in a nice waterproof envelope, and I'll send
Listen,
him off on Monday morning.
that's a human life, except a fish version. Don't
Yeah.
you stick it in an envelope. We have to
Coming on a
transport
train
it safely.
with him in a ladle.
Yeah, come with him in a ladle. I like that. That'd be nice. Come on.
It's cruel.
I was really looking for some kind way of fish euthanasia, but I don't know of one. If you need to take your
I
cat
do.
to the vets, they can just put it down. But
I know a way.
they don't really
What is
offer
all this
such a
talk
service
of
for your
death?
fish.
I know a way.
What is it, Matt?
I know a way.
Matt knows how to kill fish. Of course he does.
You have to euthanize an animal, you just put it in the freezer. Its metabolism will slow down and down.
Don't freeze God's
I didn't
creatures.
say that.
You just said to euthanize an animal, put it in the freezer. To a woman who's plotting to kill it,
Yeah,
who's
don't kill
leaving
it,
it in the
though.
pathway of her cat.
No.
Listen, my lovely Deborah Dar. This
You're responsible for that animal, let it live.
Yeah, let it live, for God's sake. Don't go down the grim route of Berlin Zoo. I'll tell you what, no, send it to me and Matt, we'll look after it. You can't really send a fish, it's a problem, isn't it? How are we going to get round that? There must be a way. Mikey, you're going to Birmingham.
What about Mr. Nibs?
Mr. Nibs! We've got a lad. We've got this lad, Mr. Nibs. He's an 18-year-old lad. I suppose,
Right.
what is he, our servant lad?
Yeah.
We don't see too much of him. Mr. Nibs, we charge you with a very important duty. You're going to Birmingham, all expenses paid, trip to Birmingham, collects this fish called Dave off of this crazed killer of a woman, this angel of death, looking after the fish. They'll get the fish, bring it back to us, we'll keep it here in Wogan's studio. This time next week, we'll have a lovely fish, we'll give it a new life. What will we call it, Matt? It's given a second chance. We should give it some name like, I don't know, St. Paul, because he was Saul, wasn't he? Then he see Christ on the road to
Yeah, or
Damascus.
Phoenix.
Phoenix, because it's risen again. Right,
Let's call
Saul
it Christoph.
Phoenix.
What do you think
Christoph.
the
Why
name, Dave?
Christoph?
Just like it.
All right, it's called Christoph. Now, give us look after Christoph till Mr. Nibs, this 18-year-old lad that we've got, will come and get it for us. All right.
Wonderful. When should I expect him?
We'll be there at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. You will know him by his stripy tights and bold erection. He's 18, his hormones are all over the gaff. He'll be standing there with a
That's fine,
ladle
I shall,
smothered in
have
lipstick.
Dave bagged up and ready for him.
Yeah, don't
Don't
lay a
bag it up
finger on him.
cruelly.
Yeah, don't bag it up cruelly, and don't try it on with Nibsy, yeah? Because he's 18 and he's got the look of a lad who's not had it off yet. And the last thing I want is you corrupting him. Right, Matt?
I wouldn't think of it.
Yeah. yeah, right.
Right, you just give Nibsy that fish, right, Christoph, and from now on call it Christoph so he gets used to his new identity. We'll buy a nice, like, bird for it, and, like, then he can live here in Wogan's
bird.
studio. No, like a fish bird, you know, gelbfish. So, that will all be all nice. Right
I
then,
don't think you'll be
Deborah.
much use to her, but there we go. But thank you very much for helping me out with
Oi,
my
say
problem,
cry for
Russell.
help.
No help.
Oh, say help. Say it, Deborah.
Say what?
Help.
Help!
Well done. Never has a woman needed it more. Deborah, thank you very much for your call, you vindictive
you.
animal.
Bye then.
Bye then, lovely,
Bye.
lovely, bye.
I shouldn't have said that thing about the freezer. I just heard that once.
I know, so it's from when you're a kid and you want to put strings around flies and all that sort of stuff, isn't it? You know, you can put a bit of cotton
You
around
had
a
a funny
bee.
childhood. Don't try and put it on everyone
Look,
else.
that was general. The tampon thing, everyone knows about that. And everyone also knows about putting a bee in the freezer, put a bit of cotton around it, then let the bee go. I was nice to bees because bees don't sting. Wasps, however...
Bees do sting.
We've got no cotton. Yeah, but then they die.
No,
One
they don't.
shot,
That's a
then
myth.
death.
I saw that on QI.
That is not a myth.
Some species do, but not all of them.
What do you mean some species? Let's not get bogged down in infighting among the bees. Hey, I'm the big papa. Listen, we've got some important things to discuss. Let's not get bogged down in grammar and bee wars. All bees are all right. Wasps, oh, vindictive little swines. Right, so why don't we listen to a trailer for Steve Merchant's
Trailer?
radio
You didn't even
show?
say it right. It's
What
a
did I say?
trail.
What, a trailer?
Let's listen to a trailer.
Yeah.
Who is your favourite?
Right, so this is Steve
You're not meant to
Merchant.
introduce trails.
Why?
Because now I've told you that, you're doing it on purpose.
I know, but like, why not introduce a trail?
Because
People can make a decision.
smooth to just let it happen.
Nah.
Just let it happen.
Right, here comes
Russ.
Steve Merchant doing an anti-trail. All right, I'm Steve Merchant. Oh, don't bother listening to radio show if you don't want to. Oh, do what you like in life. That's what he'll be saying. We predicted it last week. He'll be doing the same thing again. That's not to say don't listen to Steve Merchant. I mean, but if you're too busy, don't bother. No, do listen to
You
Steve
just
Merchant.
made this trail the hugest segment now.
Why
You
not?
built it up.
I've built up. And then afterwards, it'll be the Libertines. Steve
no,
Merchant and
no,
Libertines.
you said Ben Lee you wanted.
All right, Ben Lee. Yeah, we're all in this together. This is nice. I used to listen to this when I was in some addiction centre.
This is such professional radio.
It's good, isn't it?
We are all in this together.
Glenn Lee there doing a song about sort of spiritual unity and that. I used to listen to that when I was in this treatment centre once, getting treated for one of the old Dicky Wickies.
Did you think, oh, we're all in this together about the other people?
That's right, I tried
Did you play it to them?
I did, I played it to all of them. In fact, there was one bit where I sort of elevated myself to the status of a cult leader by going, here, I've thought of a song for each of you, and played each of them a song. But one of the songs I played for one of them was a bit too much about suicide and that, and it made him feel
Did you
downbeat.
play Agadoo for anyone?
Yeah, shake the part
Push
now.
by an apple, shake the tree.
If that don't cheer you up, come on, put that tinfoil down. Here's a message from someone called Jennifer Bright. Ah, that's like my nan's name. Hello again. Been warned by the powers that be to stop mentioning the China and Tibet issue yet. Want to know why China won't get out of Tibet? They are there for colonial exploitation. Tibet is huge, the same size as Western Europe, and represents 4% of the total landmass of the People's Republic of China. It's rich in mineral deposits. It's got the world's largest uranium supply and energy resources, and loads of timber and that. And all these things are transported to China for the benefit of the Chinese people. Tibet has an important strategic location, both politically and militarily. China currently has about 500,000 troops there, plus massive nuclear missile forces. Also, there are 1 billion Chinese people. Luckily for them, Tibet is occupied by only 4 million Tibetans. They've got loads of room. China, come on lads, let's go to Tibet, blah, 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 blah. Nick Tibet, rah, rah, rah. Sad but true, free Tibet. Right, well, there you are then. That's why.
Hilarious.
Well, at least it clears up why Chinese people would like some Tibet. I don't blame them now.
Realised Tibet was so big, I thought it was like a little mountain province.
I thought it was like a little mountain province, just like run by a couple of like llamas and everything. I didn't know what was going on there. Now it seems to me like
huge.
the Chinese are spot on with their occupation. No, get out! Come on, give it back. Right, now, hold on, there's a few things to go on about. One, do you remember last week, and sort of for a little while, we go on about, like, people that are dressed up like mascots at football matches?
Yes.
Mr. Wimpy and Disney World characters. Well, Sophie Mason's got something to say on this topic. Hello, I've just been listening to your latest show, and she said, I sympathise with this Disneyland story. When I was 18, I worked at a local radio station, and I volunteered to dress up as Pudsey Bear for children in need, thinking it would be an evening of happy fundraising. How wrong I was. Part of the job was to pose with people for photos. Every time there's a bloke, they'd say, oh, I hope it's not another bloke under there. Some of them would try and grope me to find out what gender I was, and one bloke in particular spent quite a long time saying, I think it's a female because I felt lumps. Sadly, as you probably know, being BBC types, Pudsey doesn't speak, so I couldn't defend myself. I was scarred by the whole experience, and I've only ever worn one other furry suit ever since that day. That's when I dressed as Rupert the Bear for muscular dystrophy. Sorry, I just imagined I actually dressed as him to contract it, but to raise money for it. Sorry, it just sounded funny.
Can I just say, why she wouldn't
Rupert the
speak
Bear.
because she was so deep in character. Pudsey can't speak, so what can I say?
Oh, crikey. Oh, there's another finger. Jesus Christ.
And also, once you're in that costume,
Yeah.
I don't think people
What,
groped him because you wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't
woman in there.
sexualise Pudsey. Even if Pudsey spoke like this, oh, come on. I still think
That's
it's
why they
Pudsey.
don't let him speak, because he does speak like that.
Hey, we gotta raise some money, honey.
That's not sexy.
I think it is.
I feel
I'm
like
just...
someone's put a finger in my ear when you talk like that.
What's that thing you don't like me doing? Oh, yeah, whispering to you. Oh, hello, man. You don't like that. Right, so anyway, yeah, be careful with all that sort of stuff. Don't dress up as a thing in case you get all sexed up. Now, is it time for some newsy poos now?
No, 2 minutes.
2 minutes,
2 minutes
of
for you
a bit of
to
life.
speak.
Righto. What's this business? Someone else wants to talk to us on this issue. It's Mark from Manchester. When I was on a trip to France with my school, on the last day I went to Disneyland, it was alright. While we were there was this themed hall and loads of, there was this themed parade thing and loads of pumpkins were dancing around. Me and my mate decided to get one of the pumpkins by running up to him and poking him. After a bit he got really annoyed and made a grab for me, so I ran away from him. After 5 minutes he caught me and had hold of me, and I managed to fight off the pumpkin, but it was humiliating to be chastised by this pumpkin
What sort of
thing.
school takes children to Disneyland? That's
Yeah,
really
there's
good.
no
Normally it's got to
educational
have some
value.
educational value.
It's got to be educational value. You don't get to go. That was the simple thing. Them school trips were always a disappointment. When I didn't like the coach journey. I didn't
It
like
was good
any
when
of
you
it.
could buy bangers and knives and stuff.
Yeah, what? Well, in France, you're not supposed to do that, Matt. You
No, that
shouldn't
was
be allowed.
part of it.
I don't see how that's helping our culture. You getting older knives from the French. I don't know what's wrong with you. Right, and also this is just this other thing to clear up. Last week you were going on about Snappy Snaps, saying that Snappy Snaps is a stupid thing to call a photo company. Oh, let's call
No,
it Snappy
you
Snaps.
said that, and I said if you had your own photo company, you'd call it that.
I would not call
Get a
it
shoe shop, you call it Booty Boots.
Booty Booties.
You would.
What else could there be? For
We could go on forever.
Condoms. Dirty Johnnies! Well, I don't know.
You
Well,
don't have condom shops, do you?
I suppose not, because perhaps that's why there's so many STDs. Perhaps there should be condom shops, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll never...
I'll shoot the messenger.
Right, are we going to have some news? Because it seems to me like the sort of time that some news should be happening. I can hear, like, these echoing
Yeah, I know, I'm
commands
trying
for
to ignore
news. No, you mustn't. Right, now, Andrea, whatever her name, Andrea Simmons has not been doing our bidding. Now, Andrea, if you do not say what we say in this news thing, then it means that you're part of a government conspiracy to give people terrible news in a Noam Chomsky way to keep us all spellbound to that. Right, so in this news, I want to hear Andrea Simmons say, I've got sexy knickers on and I'm part robot. This is from 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC. Sexy knickers!
In spite of Mr. Brand, here's the news now at 10 o'clock. This is Andrea Simmons.
Online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Russell Brand.
Get off! That's from Prince, his childish record. Get off me! You just touched me! I was only mucking about, but you scratched when you did it! That's Prince Edison and Russell Brand on Radio 2. I wonder if Andrea Simmons had the common decency to do our bidding. I don't reckon she did, do you, Matt?
She's given up on it now.
She hasn't she? Do you reckon someone's passed down an edict saying you don't have to do what them lot say?
Yeah. What did you just punctuate your sentence with then?
It was like a little thing what come
Disgusting,
down me.
man. Absolute
This is a letter off Maria. She sent it down an email. Will the lovely Matt Morgan be at your gig in Wolverhampton on Monday? Send him to row F, please. I love him, and we all know what F stands for. Also, she
said
said,
the F comment.
yeah, she did say him to. Oh no, I said that. But she said send him a row F. Then I thought,
right.
hello, here's an opportunity for a bit of humour. This'll lighten the mood after the news. P.S. Did you know that Duncan Bannatyne started out as an entrepreneur with an ice cream van? You should ask him on the show. Get that
Yes.
scary cowboy agent to get him, hook you up with him. Yeah, all right. Mikey, get Bannatyne. By the end of the show, we want him in here. Nude. I want to eat a cornetto off his groin. Groin, I tell ya.
Don't like that word.
Why? What's wrong with the word groin?
Groin. Sounds like an old unit of currency.
That's going to be 2 groins if you want to ride the lake, my dear. Or she'll stay here under Mistletoe Wharf. Yeah.
Why is that stuff so near the surface?
I don't know.
I actually do know.
Why?
You're a sort of Victorian oddity. Look at this history of you in the,
Telegraph.
Telegraph.
History of me. I won an award yesterday.
Well done.
Thanks.
Didn't have the decency to go to the ceremony, did you?
No, because
Sent one of your minions, poor old Gareth.
poor old Gareth, he works
They
for us.
asked me to go. I said no.
You went to one award ceremony for me.
I know, you didn't win.
No, you cursed it. They probably took one look at you and said we can't be seen to be awarding that sort of behaviour. You turning
Listen
up
about your Victorian
dressed as a
family.
waiter.
Do
Go
you know
on.
about this? Like, how did they find out about them all?
What?
Your family, apparently.
Well, the Telegraph do an item where they research the history of a celebrity, other celebrities included, because I just glanced at the list. Jimmy Somerville. No, Jimmy Savile. But imagine if Jimmy Somerville and Jimmy Savile had a baby. What would that be like? Now then. I don't know.
Screeches like that.
What's a Communard song then?
Don't leave me this way.
Don't leave me this way. Don't leave me this way. Oh. That'll be well good. Jimmy Somerville. Another one.
What?
I don't think we could keep doing that for ages. That
Yeah,
Jimmy
go on.
Somerville. No.
You could do that forever and ever.
Damn! All right,
Listen to your
tell me about
family.
my family tree. Right, so in the Telegraph, they researched the family tree of different celebrities. This week, they've done me. What's new, pussycat?
Boot repair. This is just some of the jobs that your family did in the past.
Go on, brilliant.
Boot repairer.
Woohoo!
Piano maker.
Yes.
Cabinet maker.
Want a cabinet, sire?
Cellarman.
Yeah, the cellars are full of rats and sawdust. Be careful down there.
Beer bottler.
Yeah, them bills are all gonna get spilled if you don't put them in some sort of receptacle like Quick Smart or Sank.
And someone was a minor.
A minor?
Yeah,
I
a
can't
man
see how
married
that
a
would
girl
happen.
who was 15. She was a minor. Says here, he was technically
What?
a minor when they married.
He
They
married a minor, like a young minor, not like an Arthur Scargill minor, but
No,
a
M-I-N-O-R.
mini pop minor.
Yeah.
Oh no! That's terrible news.
His wife would appear to have been aged only 5 years. wait.
Don't lie.
No, wait. His wife would appear to
My
have
ancestors.
aged by only 5 years between 1881 and 1891, which masks the fact she was technically a minor when they married in 1880,
Technically.
as she was only 15 at the time.
Hold up, Matt. Perhaps she had mastered the flux capacitor. Perhaps my ancestors were time-travelling sort of quantum lords. How about
Maybe.
that?
I think you should go back there.
Oh.
With your steam-powered engines.
Sounds like a lovely time. Bottling beers, being in cellars,
farthings.
shoes, pianos, miners. Why not? Who wouldn't live in the old days? Sounds like a high old time.
But how do they find that stuff out? Do they do it, or do they just ask your parents or
I
something?
can't have just asked my parents, because like my mum, she'd just go, oh, I don't know, love. And my dad would do an article about him. So, yeah, dear Matt, I don't feel, right, so anyway, all right, so yeah, that's probably why I'm so Victorian, because all my ancestors, but your ancestors were Victorian as well. So
Well,
come on.
everyone's were at some point.
Exactly.
That's a period of time.
There's no avoiding it. You can't avoid that area. Yeah, guess what? I went to Cliveden the other day. That's where the Profumo scandal broke out. That's Christine Keeler sat on that chair.
Cottage you're going
Yeah, I
with that.
stayed in a
Trying to
cottage.
get me there.
I went try-
Kinky
yeah.
sex games.
There's no kinky sex games in the
Come
cottage.
to my cottage.
You can get a cottage there. It's very expensive, but I got it half price because I wasn't satisfied with the standards. Also, I'll tell you who else was there. Queen Victoria. Churchill, he was there.
Dead.
Harold Wilson, he were there.
Really?
Yeah,
Did
lots
you have a
of
butler?
prime
You
ministers.
had a butler, didn't you?
Yeah, you stay in this cottage, expensive to stay in the cottage, expensive, but you get a butler. It's a bit weird because you don't know what to say to
The
him.
fact that you've paid a lot of money to stay in the cottage by saying expensive.
Expensive, it is expensive. Expensive. I got it half price, didn't I? You get a butler, but the thing is, a butler really, he is just a person.
Is he called? Did you call him a butler? Or does he go, I'm your butler?
Well, actually, he
I bet you
said.
just went, butler! That's the bloke who owned the place.
Actually, he was the groundkeeper. He was trying to mow the lawn. Oi! Put a kettle on! Butler! Put an effing kettle on!
Oh, that's fallen off.
It's fallen body off! That means bit near fireplace. Now pick it up! Right, no, he was a butler. They goes, this is your butler. Cast, like caste system, which is cruel to remind him of that
What
constantly.
nationality was he?
I think he was out of Holland. So he was there. If you want some dinner or something, he'll do it. If you
Does he
want the-
cook it?
Yeah, he does. He stands
Just
with
go
a
and get
frying
it.
pan, and it looks like, say, an episode of Jeeves and Wooster starring Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie, and Jeeves has to do some frying. It looks like that, and I'm Bertie Wooster.
What, so he's in your house?
He's there in the cottage. You've got different floors in the cottage. It's by the Thames. The thing is, it's a bit rickety and haunted, and Christine Keeler
Why did you go
was staying there. I don't know, to relax. I tried to relax, but it's all full of butlers and ghosts. It was
Your
terrifying.
ancestors, mate.
Yeah, they were probably
Your
there.
rent-a-ghost lifestyle.
Mr. Claypole.
Bootmakers and penny farthing polishers.
Need your penny farthing polish, governor?
Hello, guys.
So there's this one bit when the butler was showing me around when I first got there. He goes, and this pavilion area of the cottage is part of its original design, and Queen Victoria took tea here with Lady Sutherland. I goes, oh yeah, where's the telly? And he goes, it's through here. I goes, they got Sky Sports. He goes, no. I goes, come have another room, mate. I don't like it in here. Made them take me somewhere else. 'Cause
You
what are you gonna
awful
do?
man.
Sit and look at Queen Victoria's
Where's your
ghost
class?
all night? Tell you, it's in my penny farthing polishing boot. Yeah, so but I did go back to the cottage because I thought, well, no, it's nice to stay.
Why'd you
next
keep
to
trying to get me to
Cloakfield.
go there?
Well, I just think it'd be nice for us to have holiday, wouldn't it? Go away, have a little break in a
Yes.
cottage, maybe reveal some dark, hidden, homoerotic secrets in the middle of the
Oh,
night.
no thanks.
Me looming above you. Matt, I think I might be gay! No, that'll never happen.
I think you might be gay. You just said you fancied a boy who had a car when you were younger.
Listen, I didn't say that. I just wrote it down.
Passed it to me and started crying.
I fancied a boy who had a car. No, I just said that when you're at,
You idolise an older
you
boy.
idolise an older boy sometimes in early adolescence. And anyway, I don't know why I'm defending myself from homosexuality because I think it's good. It'd be much quicker to have it off if the other person you're trying to have it off with had the same sexuality as you. Unlike women,
Is that the relationship
I don't know
with your
you
butler
yet.
then? It's all repressed.
Yeah, there was. There was a lot of
So good at that cooking.
Oh, cast.
Cast.
Gosh, I wonder if you might consider cleaning my
I
boots.
fear I may fall, Cast.
I'll get you, sir. I'll got you. That's it. I'll just help you to bed.
Oh, Cast. Don't leave yet.
Oh, Cast, would you leave the nightlight on for a little while? Oh, could you
Cast, my
snuff?
biscuit's falling into my tea. That's it. You're bending over to get it. Oh, Cast.
Fish it out, Cast. Fish it out with your manly fingers. Oh, I
I
see.
see you've got wedding ring, Cast. Oh, she's
She's dead, sir. Oh, good.
Not good that she died. It must have been tragic. Hold me, Cast. Hold me. Put your hand up my nightie. I know. It's your wife's nightie. This should help you relax. Where did you get that, sir? I dug it up, didn't I? Oh, no. There was the line. Yeah, come to the cottage, Matt. You'll like it there.
Maybe.
In the grounds of Clifton. They give me a membership card of
What
their
about when you were
special
going to
facilities.
go to
Babington House. Yeah, I was going to go there. That's another posh place to go for
You
a
couldn't even
relax.
say, you kept stuttering.
Babington House.
Babington.
You went go to bed if you're tired, you weirdo. Babington House, I never had the time to go there. Here, Matt, here's someone ridiculing you. Owl, they're called. Dear Matt, don't feel bad about that eye, referring of course to Matt's notorious wonky eyes that they look like two different people's eyes just meeting in an alleyway.
How dare you with those eyebrows?
Oi, they look nice. I have a rugby ball eye that no one takes seriously. What do you want someone to take an eye seriously for? What does it mean? It's handed in its feces on eyelashes. I'd like to present this to you, gentlemen.
The word is thesis. Not
What'd I say?
feces.
It's handing in its feces.
That's why you didn't get through university.
I've given them all the feces I can produce, and nothing's ever good enough, Matt. Nothing I do. Dollop after dollop of ripe feces, and all they've done is throw me out of the faculty. Faculty, it was a mispronunciation. Come on, guys, we're grown-ups. It's 11 o'clock at night nearly. So, I have a rugby ball eye that no one takes seriously. It's called an
mean?
astigmatism. Mine
right.
is. That's about you.
Does that mean it's got a...
You've got an astigmatism.
No, I haven't.
Yep. You have, mate.
I've
There's
got a
something up you.
slight difference in... Everyone's face is
It's
asymmetrical.
Mine ain't. Looks nice.
Yours is symmetrical the wrong way. You've got 4 eyes, mouth on your forehead.
I look nice. Hold on, here's a new letter. Jamie Pembroke. Dear Russell, I thought the nation should know another story about the evil Wimpy, not our views. When I was younger, my mum took me and my sisters to a Wimpy to treat us to a burger. I weren't feeling well that day. There was a promotion in Wimpy that if you finished all your food, then you got a free Wimpy glass. My sister finished their food. I did not, because I was
That's
ill.
not an endorsement of good food, is it? If you can eat this, we'll give you a present.
If you're prepared to endure this tripe, we'll give you some crockery.
You've got to hold it down for a count of 5. No, she's been sick.
Oh, I'm
don't
afraid
win.
we're going to have to take that apron back. Yeah, that's true. My sisters both got glasses. I did not. They said it's because I didn't finish my food. My mum explained that I was not very well, and the man just shook his head and said no.
The rules is the rules.
Rules is rules, I'm afraid, here at Wimpy. They said no to a little girl who wasn't very well. How heartless. Also, I have another idea for the name of your Bookie Wook brand identity. The show is awesome. Keep up the good work. Then she's put her phone number there. But I don't know if we want to get involved with
To
the
Mikey.
kind of woman who can't even eat a burger without throwing up. No, Mikey's nodding his head. Mikey's interested in her. There's another one on the Mikey Pyre. Get yourself the penicillin in advance, dear, I'd say. Dear Russell and Matt, this says it's to be read in a Geordie accent.
Oh, God.
It's from Eliza. I'm a big fan of your podcasts, like, keep up the good work. The other day I was listening to one in the cinema because the film was really crap, and I kept laughing, and everyone was looking at me like I was, looking at me like I was some sort of mentalist. I thought that like was a Geordie like.
Right.
On an older podcast, I heard you say something about Monkey World in Dorset. My dad was reading today that Jim Cronin, who set up Monkey World, has died. Don't tell me read that in a Geordie accent. It's terrible news.
Well, what
Jim
sort of- what,
Cronin
you
of
think-
Monkey World has died.
What about a vicar who's doing a service and he's Geordie?
Yeah, well, he is Geordie. He's not. If he suddenly decided I'm gonna do this in a Jimmy
Poirot's
Savile
voice.
voice. There's been a terrible murder.
So, we are your beloved father.
I'm sorry, I've completely undermined the death of a much beloved man. Oh no, the Monkey World man, Jim Cronin's died. That's terrible. Well, that's really bad
I
news.
bet that was a noisy funeral.
Hold on, there's some sort of what? What? You.
Do you think they went?
What, the
They would do.
monkeys?
The monkeys would go to the
You
funeral.
can't have a monkey at a funeral. They don't understand
They
the
can wear
idea of
suits
death.
and everything.
Yeah, I suppose so. What about that
No,
monkey we
nothing.
saw on telly called the Humanzi that thinks it's a person?
It was. There was something wrong. It was more than a monkey.
He had a
less
bald
than a man.
face like one, didn't he?
He walked upright. He wasn't.
Yeah, he looked like he was embarrassed about being a monkey, didn't he? What was his
was-
name again? Stan or
No,
something?
no. Hang on. I can't
Lee.
remember.
I can't remember his name. Dear, well, no,
Oliver.
this is terrible. James
Same as
Cronin,
Oliver.
the world-renowned... Listen, yeah, he was called Oliver, yeah. Now, look, James Cronin has died. Look, it says here, look, there's something where we can... you
Donate
can
money.
raise money for him or something. Right, give money to Monkey World, because Jim Cronin... Oh, no, it's him. I really like him. He's died. Okay, it's like this Jim Cronin, because I remember him from the programme. All right, he's died. Give some money to Monkey World, because it's ever so good
Was
there.
he old or young?
Didn't look old in that picture, and in the programme he ain't old. I don't know how much time's passed, but...
Oh, God.
You know, he looked nice and young and that. Right, let's raise some money for Monkey World. Give money to Monkey World. I don't know how you do it,
Let's
but you
have
can work
Monkey
it out.
World as the new Tibet.
All right, then. Get out of Monkey World! Get right out of it! Leave them monkeys alone to practice what they want to practice. Yeah, give money to Monkey World, it's good. Right, so, oh yeah, look, donate to his memorial fund. That's, you can probably just find out on the internet, you're sensible grown-up people. Right, so what do you want to do? Driving Southstone Roses, can't we listen to...
No, we can't.
We've got to listen to that Frank Zappa one, because I said I'd play it for someone.
Yeah, but you know that's got swearing and all sorts of
No,
stuff.
there's not
Yes, it has.
swearing. No,
Has it
it
been
ain't.
checked?
Put it on, beep it. This is pre-recorded, it wouldn't matter
Well, then
anyway.
someone's got to go through it and beep it.
Yeah, but that'd do them good. It keeps them on their toes. Look at them
Where
back
is
there.
it? I can't see it.
Slack-jawed yokels running this show. Look at us, we do all the work. Yeah, stick that on.
Well, you
Frank
better fill some
Zappa,
time while I find
Dirty
it, mate.
Sex, or whatever a saying could be called. I'll kill time, mate. Good old life, eh? Do you know what it's like, ain't it? You walk around being alive and that, and then sometimes, well, I saw a cat recently. My cat he was. So, Matt, how's it coming on with the... Dirty Love Frank Zappa. But I'll have to break off from my views from life for a moment. Well, there'll be no filth in
I
the song
tuned
called
out. What were
Dirty
you
Love by
saying?
Frank
Was it
Zappa.
very good, that
No,
bit?
it's tripe, mate. It was really
Without
love
me.
the tone of the show. It was about
So
you. Come on, let's listen to this. Then we've got to ring Noel Fielding and Noel Gallagher before the end of the show.
Nolan
Nollies! Let's ring the Nolly Nollies, but first Frank Zappa. Yes, try on Frank Zappa. There we go. Concentrate. What are you doing?
I'm talking to Jay about music.
Well,
Live.
don't.
What were you doing? Colouring in?
I was doing my colouring in, yeah, and you made me go over the edges thanks to your bungling ways. Right, so that was
I
Frank
thought that was
Zappa, Dirty
a
Love.
ruder song than that.
Radio 2, this is. We're doing now.
Radio 2.
Yeah, Radio 2. Oh, nice now. Give us a cuddle. Look, I just want to read you one last thing about people dressing up in costumes. Right, this other person went to Disneyland, other theme parks are available. Look, this woman, she's called Camilla. Can I join your harem? She says. Yeah, you're welcome. There are a few tests. She goes, I had a bad experience in Disneyland. I had a bit of a run-in with the Queen of Hearts. We were happily posing for photos when my friend playfully tried to lift up her skirt and she went mental. She tried to push my friend over and stormed off shouting lewd French things at us. But Queen of Hearts ain't like a great big cat character. It would just be a woman in a dress.
No, just as a playing card.
Yeah, but she's got a playing card frock on with an art on it or something. But I don't think she'll have a big
she has
foam
a big
head.
plate of jam tarts.
She's got a plate of jam tarts, mate. But she's not got a foam head, has she? The Queen
No.
of Hearts.
She might have.
So that's just like going up to a woman and lifting her frock up. So I'm on the side of the Queen
But
of
she
Hearts.
might have a foam head because she might be the Disney version of it.
I don't reckon, because I reckon the human characters, because say it's like Alice in Wonderland, they just have a blonde woman doing it. They don't have a woman
yeah,
with a foam head. Like, because you can't recreate that kind of, it becomes that uncanny thing that you're always on about. Whereas
Lewis
something's-
Carroll wouldn't have been sexually obsessed with a foam-headed child, would he?
What do you think he is? Some sort of pervert? I only like children with real heads. Oh, come on. That was never proved, I don't think. Let's not blacken the good name of Lewis Carroll, shall we? A bit.
A little bit.
Right. Lewis, what the hell are you thinking? Alice in Wonderland.
White
not
rabbits, pocket watches,
Dirty
people
devil.
crying, eat me.
Eat me, drink me. Right, you're not being left alone with my kids, son. I'll have you. No, he was probably all right, was he?
Probably.
We don't know about that, so let's not judge him. Get out to bed! So, right, yeah, well, I'm on the... Don't think you should put your hand up the Queen of Hearts' skirt, or the real Queen's skirt, or anyone with the title Queen anywhere in their name. I
Remember
don't
that
think...
Australian Prime Minister put his hand on the Queen's bum?
Yeah, it infuriated me. How dare
really?
he
Did you
put his
care?
hand on Her Majesty like that? God bless you, Mum. I wanted
better
to
be joking.
strike him in the throat. Well...
I've seen you was it me? Defacing
You've
money.
done that, defaced money, and that's against the law for a kick-off. And now you've just drawn on a picture of me, drawn me with a phallus spraying a nameless fluid,
And
and,
you're
blacked out eyes and made me a skull. Why have you done that? That's worse when you got that £5 note. What did you do her? You made her a skull as well.
I think I did, yes.
You did make Her Majesty a skull. That is against the law.
Yeah, but that, hopefully, what I was thinking is that
Mm-hmm.
might come back to me one day. And she doesn't carry money, and I knew it wouldn't offend her.
That's true. She
God
don't
bless
carry
her.
money, and it might come back to you one day. It's a good experiment. You're a bright boy. Here's a lady called Gemma has sent us an e-letter. I used to work for a charity for the blind and vision. Oh, sorry, we've run out of medals, Gemma. It was. Woohoo! Yeah.
Who's talking? Oh, Mr. Charity doesn't like to talk about it, boy.
Listen. Listen, I do kind
You
things.
still haven't given any money to Comic Relief?
I them lot.
Have you found your bank card?
I ain't found it yet. I'll get it as soon as I get my bank card. I'll hand it over. Listen, I've given my precious time.
Well, how are you paying for all this jewellery?
What? People give me it for nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
People give me jewels. Members.
Give them a Comic Relief, the jewels.
They don't want jewels in Africa. They'll look bloody ridiculous. Come on. They go well with my image. Don't be absurd. I will give money. I'm right behind that cause. I was good that night. You said as much. Come
That's
on.
part of my job saying you're good.
What?
You were brill.
Oh no, that is what you said. Was that not authentic? That's my confidence has been falsely inflated. Oh no, I'm a fraud. Hi Russell, I used to work for a charity for the blind, says Gemma. In Australia, they've got a museum and they have Braille for things and for blind people and lesser sighted people and that. And they've got a 1957 copy of Playboy in Braille. Some people did indeed read the stories, she exclaims. So that's interesting.
A Braille version of what?
Braille porn. I've not really thought about that before. Braille porn. Oh. Like, because that'd be alright, wouldn't it?
It's just the stories.
Well,
then
we can't do an outline of a knocker.
How many synonyms do you think there are in Braille? Do you think there's just one word for big, one word for Willie?
Enormous, gigantic, winky, dinkle,
Yeah, but there can't be like loads of synonyms.
joystick. Cuddle puddle. I'm in a muddle. I made a cuddle puddle. Oh no! I think
reading
you need.
that straight from his diary.
I think you need. I'm going to publish that. I think that you will have. Lots of synonyms in Braille because it will be taken from its original language, won't it? You'd have French Braille that would come from French, English Braille would have come from English, or is there universal Braille? I don't know.
And what annoys me about deaf people,
Well, steady.
their sign.
Mind you, they won't be listening. No, come on, they will somehow. Matt, come on, we're taking some incredible
No, what I
risks.
mean is-
What annoys you about the deaf
No,
now?
not
Who are
deaf.
all right?
Sign language,
Yeah.
right? Why isn't sign language universal for the whole
Yeah.
planet? Then we've said this before, it always bothers me.
You've not said it before. Well, you think sign language should be universal? Well, why
Yeah.
ain't all language universal? Why don't everyone else just
think
do
it will be
English?
one day?
Yeah, it will do, won't it? It will evolve naturally. Most people speak English nowadays.
So it's going to be English or Chinese that'll win out.
English will win out.
You're turning right, little patriot, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm still angry about that fella touching the Queen on the shoulder. How dare he! Mum, if you want someone to go over there and slay him, I'll happily do it. God bless her. So, yeah, I am a bit patriotic today. I'll grow out of it. I think it's because I want that visa. Right, now, should we listen to something, mate?
Let's listen to Wogan doing a trailer.
Wogan doing a trailer. Everyone in the world listens to Wogan already. What more does he want? Won't he be satisfied until the whole world stops and tunes in to him? We have to stand here looking at all these flags and that. He keeps some of his blow-offs in jars, carefully labelled "Don't Touch," just to intimidate people. Wogan is a tyrant. There's no doubt about it. Let's listen to him justifying that tyranny now.
Your favourite breakfast show.
Better than the alternative, anyway.
Weekdays from 7:30.
Live radio. Things can happen.
And anytime online at bbc.co.uk/radio2.
Today, Janet and John are going to the shops.
Oh, Stone Roses driving south, are you boys, you dirty devils? Right, so,
They
yeah.
turned into Nana Moon.
What's that, Alfie? Alfie, don't put me in an home, Alfie. It'll lift up me naughty, Alfie.
Stop there, Nana.
So that was Driving South, Stone Roses. Listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. I'm here with Matt Morgan, and he's a wonky face.
Don't say I got
Hi,
wonky
Russell and
face.
Matt. Just want to try and help you with an inquiry you made last week's show. Tony Blair's eyes are drawn by cartoonists as being different sizes because they are trying to demonise him and make him look untrustworthy. Research in psychology has shown that we trust people more who have symmetrical faces and tend to distrust people, at least at first, whose faces are not so even. You can see this concept being exploited in movies where the villain will often have a scar on one side of their face or wear an eye patch. It's also the unsettling effect that Marilyn Manson is trying to create with his wonky-eyed goonery. And even Hitler was probably subconsciously keyed into this paradigm when he created that haircut.
Martin.
Hitler wouldn't have tried to make himself look like a nutter. I know what I'll do when I'm enacting my bonkers plan. I will have an asymmetrical face. Fetch some crayons, Eva. I'm going to draw a treble clef on my left cheek. That's a ridiculous thing. He would have tried to look as normal as
There's
possible.
that thing in
Mind
the
you, he
paper
did
this
look
week
crackers.
about if you're ugly, you're more likely to be found guilty in court.
Oh, no. Oh, I ain't done nothing. And I'm not ugly. I'm laughing. I don't know why I panicked.
You're not
I panicked.
everyone's cup of tea, though. Maybe someone on the jury won't be a big fan.
Yeah, I ain't done nothing. They can't have me up for nothing, can they?
Well, you never know.
What kind of regime is this where the innocent are paraded before the law courts just because they've got wonky chops?
Get a good lawyer.
That's what I'm saying. I just get a good lawyer. I like asymmetrical faces. I have to stare across the desk at your bonkers Picasso noggin all day, don't I?
Say that. Mine's quite symmetrical.
Ridiculous
Yours
thing it is.
isn't.
What? My face is
In fact,
really
it's hauntingly symmetrical.
brilliantly
It's too
symmetrical.
Look at your eyebrows.
Yep, all nice and symmetrical. Trustworthy, mate. That's why in the films I'll be playing the hero if I get my visa. Right then, this is a good thing about us. Dear Russell and Matt, blah, 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 blah. When I listened to the podcast, you said when people visit your shrine, they come out cured. A bold statement indeed. You said the deaf shall listen and the blind shall walk. Yeah, it was a joke. You silly sods. Anyway, we've got some things about, guess what we've got? Mikey's printed out some of that braille porn, probably for his own purposes. Wouldn't surprise me if he chopsticked himself in the eyes just so he could get off on braille porn. He's such a devious swine, isn't he? Mind you, he could just use his eyelids, I suppose. So, yeah, what's this more information about that? Moving on from that, I have to
You've
applaud
lost
you.
me.
Hold up. I have to applaud you for raising awareness of prostate cancer and other cancers. Well, I said that as if there was an obligation to mention other cancers. It's something that is all too often overlooked by the public. Good work. Perhaps the government should start a campaign with the slogan, put your fingers up your bum. That's our slogan already. Finally, I don't need any help. Could I make a plea to my housemates, says Chrissy Ealing, to Lloyd and Matt, they are my housemates. Often when they come out home after a night on the razzle, they cause a lot of bother around the flat, and they're talking about drugs. No, don't take drugs, they're bad for you. Bad lad. Right, now we've got a very important thing to deal with now, Matt. Why are you looking at me like an old lady?
I'm just watching this.
Well, listen, this is what I call radio. Hello, Russ and Matt. I live in Shanghai, says Ned Kelly. This isn't real. I live in Shanghai and listen to the show every week and have been listening to it from the Six Music Days. I'm a fully paid up member of the brand Cult. I'm in a perfect position to be your man on the ground in China. I'm very well connected with the Communist Party, having been filmed attending a meeting while pretending to be a South African businessman. Hello, would you like an apple? I don't know how they talk. Right, so, racist. Oh, no, sorry, that's my buzzword to getting into a South African accent. South Africa, that's how they talk, isn't it?
South Africa.
South Africa, right. Okay, I was pretending to be a South African businessman. Good job I didn't do that, I'd offend everyone. I'm a barman from Oxford. It's my birthday today, why not give me a call to discuss our arrangement? My number is here. I look forward to booting the Red Army out of Tibet. All the best, Ned Kelly, Shanghai.
Ned Kelly, still at large there.
Still at large there, evading
With a tin
people
on his
all
head.
these years. Sorry about that thing I just said. I just said something that was
I
a bit
said some terrible
offensive.
things in this
What do
show.
you want to apologise for?
Seagal's wig.
Right,
Said I
apologise.
was angry with deaf people.
Look at that, yeah. Right, don't put Seagal first just because you think that deaf people won't gang up and kick your head in. Apologise to Seagal first.
No, I'm putting these in order of starting from the least
Right.
annoying.
What was the thing I just said? Something bad, didn't I? What
South
was
African
that?
people
Oh, yeah.
racist when
No,
they're not. They're lovely.
come on.
I know some lovely ones.
You do know some lovely ones, don't you? Nelson Mandela, he's got to be let out by now, ain't he? For God's sake, let's get him freed. Hold on, what's this thing? Ned Kelly's on the blower, he's in China, he's infiltrated the Communist Party. Let's find out some info. Ned, are you there, mate?
I am here, Ross. How are you doing?
Yeah, me and Matt's fine, thanks. What are you up to?
I'm in a bar tonight. It's my birthday. I've been at the karaoke earlier.
Why is it
I've
so
learned a bit of Chinese for
eerily...
you as well, Ross.
All right, thank you. Why is it so eerily silent in this bar you claim to be in?
Well, I'm hiding in the lift shaft now. That's what your fella on the phone told me to do.
Hide in a lift shaft? Who was told you to do
Yeah.
that? Mikey?
Pseudonym.
If it was Mikey that told you to hide in a lift shaft, it was probably a
It was
prelude.
Mike who shafted me, quite literally.
Yeah, well, don't stand too long near him. Let me tell you, he's got your phone number now. You're right in the danger zone.
Dodgy.
So Ned Kelly, did you say you were going to teach us some Chinese?
Yeah, I'd say, wo sheni da zhong sugar me.
What does that
That
mean?
means I'm your biggest fan.
Thank you. Did you mean that, or is it just a demonstration of Chinese?
Well, I learnt that actually for this Chinese pop star I met, but I can use it on YouTube, Russ.
Lovely. Did you say it to the Chinese pop star as well?
I did. I said it on stage with her when I was making a cocktail for her on stage.
You've undermined your last statement because you...
Russ, I've learned it for you. I used it on her just for warm-up.
Nice. Don't try that with any other parts of your anatomy, you saucy devil. Now, tell us about your communism infiltration there, because it's something we're keen to know about. about with our
Yeah, this was quite an
plan.
interesting one. My friend's business partner is quite a shady character, Chinese fella, and we got sent out to the sticks there where he was trying to raise money to start his own airline.
Yeah.
And,
What, in the country?
We got picked up in a limousine, and we're handed out these fake business cards.
Ned,
and,
are you
they're
drunk?
driven around a limousine for a few days.
Ned, what is this
sitting with
anecdote?
tourist
Limousine
signs.
sticks. Look, Ned, get to the bit about the Communist Party. This is a crazy
Right,
anecdote.
so we stayed up all night, went to this business, and they got absolutely lashed on this filthy spirit called Baijiu, which is just called white alcohol.
Yeah.
And smashed with our faces, stayed up all night, and then next morning driven to a business meeting with the Chinese Communist Party, put on television while we're both passing out and wanting to puke up.
We
at
can't
the
trust
table.
you to infiltrate the Communist Party. You're a madman. You'd spill the
We
beans.
literally did on television.
You'd compromise us, I think. Right, so anyway, you've got into the Communist Party. What can you tell us
Yeah.
that's going to help us get the old Chinese out of Tibet then?
Well, the thing is about them is they are, on the ground, they're all right people, Ross. The fact of the matter is they've been brainwashed. There's
Right.
no doubt about it.
Brainwashed,
Past
is
50
it?
years of history, they haven't been taught, really, what the world's like.
Right, okay, well that's a lovely generalisation there, Ned. Now what we want you to do is to get our podcast to #1 in China. That way we can spread our message
you know,
of peace.
Ross, I've been spreading the good word out here.
Yeah. Tell people. Also, we'll stick a few Chinese slogans in. Once we get the Chinese people on side, we'll soon have the Chinese military
I
out of
think we
Tibet.
need a Morgan Brand tour out here, though.
I don't like you putting Matt's name before mine,
I
but
do. I quite like it.
but we'll consider going on a tour once Tibet is free. We'll come over there.
That'd
But
be a
Once I
Hollywood
put Brand
name
in
for
front of
you.
Morgan, right?
huh? What?
Once I put Brand in front of Morgan.
Absolutely. I think Morgan has to
Brand
be
Morgan
in little
sounds
letters.
cheap. Morgan Brand sounds like a real person.
No, Morgan's got to be written in crayon on the right bottom of the page, and Morgan, like that, and Brand's got to be written in nice old Gothic letters like a vampire done it. Right, so we'll come over there, Ned Kelly. It seems to me you're a right reliable
I'll
spy.
take you out on the lash, lad.
We're not going out on the lash. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and Matt can't be
It's very
trusted.
true. Sorry, Russ, I shouldn't tempt you, that one.
Now,
Matt, you up for
Okay.
it?
Yes.
no, you're not, young
I
man.
want to. Why don't you ever let me have any fun?
We're going there to help Tibet,
Russ,
not
Russ,
for
let's
you
let
to
you
get
bring
on the
that
I
here.
want
lash.
to do a
I'll
lash
find
with Ned
something
Kelly.
Ned, get off the phone! For Christ's sake, I'm imagining him with that bucket on his head, like in films about Ned Kelly. Go on, clear off, you
Jagger.
nutcase.
Wasn't Mick Jagger in a film?
Yeah,
about
well,
Ned?
Mick Jagger was in a film about Ned
Was he
Kelly.
Ned Kelly?
Yeah, of course he was. He wouldn't be in a film
What's
about
the
Ned
point of
Kelly.
casting Mick Jagger and putting a bucket on his head?
Ridiculous casting, isn't it? Might as well put 2 buckets on his feet, had him dance around. It'd have been a much better movie, but would have been true to the original novel. Who knows? Now, Ned Kelly, off you go back into the
Novel?
Shanghai
It was a
night.
real thing
I know
happened.
it was, but I'm just being daft, aren't I?
Ned Kelly's still there.
He ain't, mate. Ned,
I'm still here.
go back into China now and behave yourself.
I'm off chasing
Jump down the lift
skirt now,
shaft.
Spread the word, Ned. Spread the word
I
of
will
love
do.
and peace.
Right, that's it. That's my duty for tonight.
Get out there, Ned, and tell everyone you meet that the revolution's coming.
Fantastic to speak to you, lads.
Yeah, it's
Bye-bye.
nice talking to you, Ned. Off he
He's
goes.
Look forward to your visit.
All right, see you then. Go now,
Bye.
Ned. Cut Ned off. He's mad. All right, he shouldn't have had to have heard that, and that's because of you lot in there. What, like, how could they not tell in that studio room there that we were trying to wrap that comment? Right, see you later then, Ned. It's like trying to get your nan off the phone. All right, dear.
Give us 3 rings.
Give us 3 rings when you're in to let us know you got home safe. Yeah, I'll give you 3 rings. Well, it's only cost 10p. Just pick up the phone,
We
woman.
didn't used to.
What, you didn't give her 3 rings?
No, it didn't. It used to cost much more.
What, 50p just for the initial 5 seconds? Because it was
Picking
all
it up,
them
yeah.
units, wasn't it? Units, they were crafty. Very crafty.
Ned Kelly's an odd man, wasn't he?
I don't think his real name's Ned Kelly. I don't think he's in China. I don't think anything he said to us was true. I
If he
it-
is in China and he's, you know, he's technically a spy in China.
He is a spy, and I think we should contact the Chinese government and have Ned Kelly impounded.
Ned
and
Kelly.
Yeah, well, there you go. Come here, Freud. Let's have Ned Kelly killed, shall we? Like, what about that word cold? When they go, oh, they're going to have to coal them burned of Matthew's turkeys. He's killed, isn't it?
No, it's cull.
It's the same as killing them. What's the difference?
It's got a numerical sort of meaning. It's
Well,
sort
once
of-
you start
to
culling,
cull,
yeah, but it wouldn't be. You wouldn't say, "Oh, there was been a culling in, you know, Rwanda," would you? Because it's people. And I suppose that is more important than turkeys. Now that I think about it for a split second.
Turkeys are odd.
Why? What's you got against turkeys
They've got those
now?
pink things that go bloop off their heads.
Yeah, I don't like those much. Yeah, that's true. There's no reason for them to have that, is there? But you're in no position to talk with your wonky Picasso head.
Stop saying that.
Right, so there goes Ned Kelly, there goes Wonky Chops Morgan. Now, what should we listen to? Uptown Top Ranking, is that I'm Strictly Roots?
Yes,
That.
it's that.
I like it. Let's have a listen to that then, cheer ourselves up. Uptown Top Ranking, Alfia and Donna. Remember on holiday as a kid? Nice, wasn't it?
Brilliant. Thanks for inviting me on that holiday.
Yeah, Margate, them I don't like a static caravan. What's the point?
We were always in them.
Well, that undermines the whole point of a caravan. You go,
No,
oh,
because
we're
it's
going on a
towed there
caravan.
and it's movable if it needs to be moved.
Well, it needs to be moved to liven up the holiday. I don't like get out of Margate for a kick-off.
You can't be in a... You don't go in the caravan when it's driving along.
Don't you?
Don't think so.
I don't see any point in static caravans at all. The more I think about it, the less I like it.
A lot of
I'm
people have a
against
lot
it.
of nice holidays.
Yeah, I had some horrible ones there, and I want my money back.
What did you do on holiday?
Just like felt a bit fat. Mostly. Just would be there, feel a bit fat, worry. Didn't like that bleeding crocodile club either at Pontins.
Pontins Crocodile Club.
I hated
I
it.
had a great time there.
Pontins Crocodile
I was
Club.
elevated to a leader.
You
within
wouldn't have been
days.
a leader.
I was within days, mate.
That had sin through you at that crocodile
You
club.
should have loved the Crocodile Club, being a little showman.
No, I wasn't then because I was much more neurotic then. I hadn't found my voice as a performer in the Crocodile Club era.
Right.
And I didn't like it. I don't like it when people try and make you be in a unit. Do you know what I mean? Like make you respond as a
You're not Che
unit.
Guevara. You're in the Crocodile Club.
I led the Crocodile Club to the mountains of Sierra Maestra, and eventually we attacked Havana, and we overthrew the corrupt government.
some pretty hefty fighting with the Tufty Club.
The Tufty Club. We soon mowed into them. Dissenters were executed, and quite soon I was elevated to the status of a king. Right, so what the hell is going on, Matthew? We've got a lot of things to round up. Noel Gallagher ain't in. He's in Moscow. He was. He's not answering his phone.
You hold up your little friends and tell us we're going to speak to them.
Normally, sometimes they answer.
You've let us down on 2 Knowles.
Noel Fielding, he ain't there. Noel Gallagher, he ain't there.
No.
The simple message is this: don't trust Noel. Noel Edmonds, deal or no deal? No deal, Noel. So your cosmetic ordering on your
Is there
hands.
any other Knowles? It's a brilliant link already.
Already? Lovely Noel link there. Yeah, well, that's a shame. So I apologise for not giving you guests who we've promised. And Duncan Bannatyne ain't turned up. Where's Bannatyne? Oi, Mikey, where's Bannatyne?
No, he doesn't need this.
Huh?
He doesn't need us.
Of course he does. He's trying to sell a book. He needs
is he?
something.
About what?
Yeah, making millions.
Dragon's Den people, you go on there and you've got a good idea.
Yeah.
Do you think people can rip it off from you if they...
No, because there's got to be some sort of, copywriting take place or patenting. You've got, they always ask.
Have you ever had an invention?
No, except maybe get a lolly stick and use it to tap people's ball bag.
You always talking that.
Well, I'll think
I've got
about
an
it.
invention. I don't know
Yeah.
what to do about it.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Come on.
Shall I?
Yeah,
But
who
what
cares?
if someone
It's only an
then makes
invention.
it?
I'll sometimes say
Well,
my
I've
PIN number.
copyrighted
over.
this.
What is it then?
What, your PIN number?
Yeah, no, the invention.
Well, you know when you're asleep?
Yep,
And,
that's when I could be in a film and it's about me.
yes. I think that if you had a sock that you could put your mobile phone in that went on your foot, right? But the mobile phone's not on the bottom of your foot because then when you got up to go to the toilet, you
crunch
break
it
it.
up, yeah.
It's on the top of your foot, and then you set your alarm to vibrate, right? It will wake you up. But it won't wake up the person in bed with you.
You're an idiot. Just put your mobile phone in your sock.
Mobile?
You put your mobile phone
Yeah,
in
but
your
then you
sock.
might. No, but it's a special sock. You get one for Christmas. You put your mobile phone in the top of the sock.
Rubbish.
That's a bloody good idea.
No one wants that.
I'm really annoyed I've just said that on national radio.
Mate, no one is ever going to make your mobile
Okay,
phone sock.
You're a nurse. You're doing a shift.
I'm not a nurse, Matthew. Nor will I
Put
ever
this
be.
on. I want to see you in this mother nurse's home.
It's ridiculous.
No,
mate.
you need to get up, but you don't want to wake up your partner.
Yeah.
Man or woman, I don't care.
Hey, go for it. This is the 90s. 5 minutes of this radio show left, Matthew. Got any more bonkers inventions for us?
That's a good idea. It means it'll vibrate, you'll get up, no noise. It's a soundless alarm clock.
They've probably already got that, like wristwatch things. Why not have a wristwatch that vibrates? Then you ain't got
Because
stuff
then you've
in
got to
sock
buy
full
another
of
piece
things.
of kit. Everyone's got a mobile phone that has a
And you're
vibrate
laying in bed
function.
with a sock on. That's not very sexy.
It's
Well,
right.
unless it's a sexy stocking.
No, you can have it. There's different types. I've done drawings.
What about, why don't you just say, put some tights on with no pants so that all your genitals look like burglars and stay awake all night looking at them? That's an
you could say
invention.
that. You could, good luck down the patent office.
I'm going. Straight after the show, I was saying, oh yeah, you might be interested in my invention, burglar nuts.
Yeah,
And
you can't,
this,
you
put
can't
some
even get a
tights on.
visa, let alone a patent.
I'll get that visa. That country, America, they need people like me, actors, acting away, pretending to be something that they're not. Now, come
That's
on.
a good invention.
Your vibro sock is never going to take on.
That is a good idea.
Well, get Duncan Bannatyne on the phone. We'll talk to Bannatyne
Yes,
about
let's
it.
pitch it to our banners.
Bannatyne! He says, I reckon he gets bothered with inventions all day. Mikey's on the phone, no doubt, troubling
that's
that
probably
fella in
Bannatyne.
Tibet for a snog. Yeah, stick on Thin Lizzy. We'll come back. We'll do something brilliant that's going to blow everyone's minds. Thin Lizzy. Okay, listen to Russell Brand on Radio 2. This programme is nearly finished now, and what a programme it's been. We're getting that goldfish. Young Mr. Nibbs, the 18-year-old, our manservant, our valet, is going to go to Birmingham and get him. We should have called up Mr. Nibbs, but I don't know his number or anything. He just turns up. He's a mystery kind of guy, isn't he? He just turns up in that tiny hat.
Strange, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a funny lad. He's going to get us that goldfish. We've got a spy now in China to help us infiltrate the Chinese government, get some peaceful solution to this problem in Tibet. Also, what else have we done? Oh, yeah.
Brilliant invention. We're going to pitch to Bannatyne.
We're not doing your vibro sock, right? And also, what's that other thing? Oh yeah, Noel Gallagher and Noel Fielding never answered their phones. They betrayed us. Noel Gallagher's in Moscow. Noel Fielding's probably slumped lifelessly somewhere, having a Mr. Ben-style dream. So the show's nearly at an end. What should we do? Get Mr. G to summarise the show with a brilliant bit of poetry. These are now on the these poems are now available on the Bloggywog website. Have a little look at those. They're magnificent things. He writes them now because Matt simply can't be bothered.
That's not true at all.
Yes, it is,
I
you're
edit the
lazy.
podcast.
What?
I edit the podcast.
Buy our podcast. I mean, have it for nothing. Number one is, we're getting an ice cream van. Right, Mr. G is now going to do a poem out of his brain and mouth.
Okay, this is called Make Way for the DJ. If God is a DJ, then let the records play. Let life's selection consist of an eclectic mix and crossfade. From Turntable 1, we display Mr. Matt Morgan, head of the Crocodile Club but doesn't trust auctions, and with a caution we switch to Turntable 2, where Russell flips the flux capacitator all the way to Button Moon. Backstage fans swoon, goldfishes saved from their tombs, and who the hell shouted get off over my favourite tune? Then hired a room in the hope that his butler would swoon, groomed a spy in Shanghai, then sent him off to his doom. Matt's vibro sock alarm clock doesn't sound too smooth. I guess he's just trying to fit his needle into your groove.
How did you put him first? You trying to wind me up or something?
Morgan Brand.
I'll tell you what, mate. You know, it's a slippery slope. Let me tell you, that's Mr. G there doing a poem. Download that thing. We're going to get that ice cream van. Mikey, you better sort that ice cream van out, sunshine. Right, are there things we should be worrying about?
Sorry that I pressed a button when G was doing his
You
poem.
should never have pressed that button. What were you trying to do?
I'm trying to set up the news intro.
Oh, and
Don't worry
you
about
figure
what
that's
goes on around this side of the desk.
You don't know enough about them buttons. I think we'd have more chance with Mr. Spoon and Button Moon. It was a more knowledgeable and logical button world when he was in charge of the control panel. Right, sorry about some of the things we said were a bit mad during the show, like about porn, swearing, all that. But come on, freedom of speech. We're trading towards a more liberal and brilliant society. Now we're going to have a little bit of newsy poos with that sex-mad android, Andrea Simmons. And when you're listening to that news, yeah, she's an android. She's a sexy android. I saw a wire poking out of her ear once. I thought, hello, she's a machine planted there by the government. Now, except for the serious bits of news, take them seriously. But the rest of the time, I want you to imagine that me and Matt are under Andrea's desk, and we are making some freaky moves up and down Andrea Simmons' fires throughout the news. From 8891 FM, it's Radio 2 from the BBC. Andrea!
Here is the news now at 11 o'clock.